Hi guys, it's Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. So I figured I'd sit down and just talk with you guys a little bit and just give you guys a little bit of an update. Since we did go to the doctor's today. I don't know if you are aware or not. I don't really know anymore what I really post on social media anymore. But Elijah did a scan to check his lung nodules and also to check his head. Um, Elijah has, sorry guys, he's had a bit of an inflammation on the right side of his face, and none of us could figure out, where the inflammation was coming from because it just kind of sort of came out of thin air. He has been having headaches a lot. And so once the inflammation on his face started to populate, it kind of raised some heads and raised some questions as to what's really going on. So his doctor opted to do a scan on his chest as well as his head to see if we can figure out, what was what. So we followed up with the doctor today in his office, and he showed us his scans, and the scans came back that Elijah now has a tumor inside of his face that is actually pressing against his skull, and it is located in the back of his right eye socket. And it becomes critical because he can potentially lose his eyesight in his right side. And, obviously the pressure against his skull is what's giving him the headaches. And it's just crazy. It's crazy. So we will, I guess, for the next course of a couple of days, sit down with a couple of surgeons and figure out what the options are. Elijah has opted to try and get it removed if that's a possibility. If it's not a possibility, then radiation may be a possibility. More chemo may be another possibility. And just to, put it out there, like, Elijah hasn't been doing his chemo, especially not since we found out about the growth in his arm. It was just kind of pointless to keep doing chemotherapy, and he was doing oral chemotherapy, if the tumors were still populating or growing. It just seems like these tumors are like all different types of strands, and it's coming from all different types of places and locations, and just not sure. But thankful enough, on the bright side of that, his lung nodules have not grown any, so yay for that. I know that was a big concern for all of us, so that's a great thing. That's that silver lining for me anyway, considering. I've had like conversations with Elijah about, like what he wants to do moving forward. And I think that is very critical to just sit down and just discuss options and to just figure out what he wants to get out of it all. Like, where is he looking to go, through it all? And he's even opted to not do chemo anymore. And I can't say that I blame him, like, that can really, really, really take you out of your element. And it can really, really make you feel lousy and just miserable. And I just don't want him to live his days like that, going from an active kid to just, being fragile, sort of speak. And I know the word is fragile, I know that, but it just makes things so much more complicated. And I know that I can't speak for him, and I can't force him to do the options that I see fit for him to do. I can guide him, I can coast him, I can suggest, but I ultimately cannot make that decision for him. And it just sucks all the way around. It sucks. It's just like, when is he gonna catch a break? It's almost like it's like one thing after another, after another, after another. And thankfully, he hasn't given up. Thankfully, he uses his voice. If he doesn't understand something, he's going to ask questions. If he doesn't want to do certain things, he's going to let him know. And I'm thankful for that, you know, like as a parent. And I can't imagine the younger kids that go through this, and the parents that have to make those choices. And you know, as a parent, you think what's best for your child, you know, but ultimately, is it the best? You know, we think it is because of the given situations and, you know, the different things that they go through. And, you know, so we do what we deem best for our children. And I can't imagine having to make those decisions like solely by myself. So I'm grateful enough that I have a young man on my hands and who's fully capable enough of, you know, making decisions for himself. And I know that it's hard, and I can't imagine what he has to go through when he's making, you know, those decisions for himself. Like that have to be like mind blowing for anybody to have to make those really big decisions. And it's kind of like, you know, life or death decisions that have to be made, and have to be made at the drop of a dime, you know? I just don't know, guys. I am full of mixed emotions. I don't know whether to be angry, whether to be sad, whether to be happy. And when I say happy, I mean because he's still alive. And there's just so many more things that could have gone wrong, you know, that haven't thus far. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood right here in front of me, but you guys know what I mean. And I don't know. But I can definitely say that my emotions have been all over the place. But I'm going to still manage to keep pushing on. There's nothing else that we can do besides keep pushing on, you know? And, you know, it's so crazy when you have conversations with doctors, and, you know, it's just like, we're going to continue to do what we can do until we can't do it anymore. And it's just like, right. And then when there's nothing else that can be done, we just have to medicate until those moments. And it just brings you to a place of reality, and things just feel so surreal. And it's just like, I don't know. It's a lot. And if I am overwhelmed with the information, I can't imagine how he feels with the information, you know? Like, I think he just gets to the point of just saying it just is what it is, because what else can you do, right? What else can you do? It's besides just accept what it is. And just live in the moment, you know. A part of me is a little lost with all of this, and the other part of me is processing. Little by little, I'm processing it, and little by little, I am accepting reality. But I won't hold you guys. I just kind of wanted to give another update. And who knows? There may be so many more updates to come. I don't know. But we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep pushing on, because that's what we do. But I'm going to ask that you guys just continue to keep us in prayers. Keep Elijah in prayer. He needs it. We need it. And just continue to support, whether that be prayers, thoughts. We love you guys, and we appreciate it all. And again, I have to apologize if I have been standoffish and, you know, not returning phone calls or text messages. I've just been really overwhelmed. And, you know, it's just life in general, though. Like, you know, you got this aspect of it, and then there's everything else that goes on or, you know, goes wrong, and you're just stuck like, eh. So I do apologize. But I do love you guys, and I thank you for everything. The love, support, prayers, everything. We love and appreciate you. So stay tuned for the next video. I did want to do another video, and that was actually going to be based off of Elijah's Make-A-Wish that we did back in June, that I, you know, didn't get a chance to do a video on. So stay tuned for that. But again, you guys have a blessed night. Subscribe, like, share. Thank you. Talk to you guys soon. Have a blessed night.